Hey, what do you do on a rainy day on the farm? Well, you don't stop working. I gotta clean out the chicken coop today. Stay tuned. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Today's activity, rain or shine, is I've got to clean out the chicken coop. I clean out the chicken floor area once per year. That's the way this is designed. This is what I call my easy clean chicken coop. And actually, a story of this chicken coop was featured in Countryside Small Stock Journal magazine. Just the way it's designed, I have it to where the floor of the chicken coop and the chicken run, you only clean out once a year. But there's a tray in here with a roost on it, and that's where chickens do most of their pooping. Because they're roosting there all night long for maybe 10 hours a day, and they do a lot of pooping. But during the daytime, for the most part, they're free range. So they're adding their products, nutrients into the soil and fertilizing the soil. But these guys have been on lockdown for the last 2 months because I planted my garden and I do not want them getting in my garden. But they still need their dust baths. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's go get some pine shaving spread in the poop tray and then the chicken house. And now I get to put fresh chips in the chicken run. Okay. Okay, now, when I started this episode, I talked about having to make the chickens stay in the hen house. And they usually free range, so they do a lot of their pooping outside instead of inside. So when the chickens are able to free range, I don't have to clean the hen house as often because, like I said, their waste goes all over the land. And they like to take dust baths. What the dust does is it gets rid and controls the little parasites and mites that get under their feathers. Yeah, that's a chicken's way of taking a bath, is rolling around in the dust. Well, since they can't do that and they're stuck in there, they have nothing but wood shavings. I went down to the store and I bought a kitty litter box, a big one. Big kitty litter box, and I bought a bag of dust bath. All this is diatomaceous earth. It's a food grade diatomaceous earth. Now, diatomaceous earth is really beneficial for livestock, and guess what? The food grade version of it is great for livestock feed because the processors add that to the feed to keep feed from clumping. And then plus the diatomaceous earth, as it gets into their system, it goes in and it grabs viruses. Yep, it grabs those pathogens and drags them right out of their system into their stool because of the way these things are formed. The non-food grade, which is the raw form, is great for gardening. You put it around the foundation of your house and you put it in your garden bed, and it will prevent insects and snails and slugs from getting around. What is diatomaceous earth? Well, it's trillions, bazillions and trillions of little diatoms. It's like a plankton that floats around in the water. And that plankton, that living organism, what it does is that grabs minerals that are in the water and creates a little exoskeleton around itself to protect it. But they don't have a very long lifespan, so when they die, they just fall to the bottom of the lake or the sea, or wherever whatever water they're in, and over a period of time it mounts up of layers of diatoms, and that's what we call diatomaceous earth. And they have that little exoskeleton that is left of, and that's what's killing parasites, or drags the parasites out of the system. But how it kills an insect is if you spread around the foundation of your house, if like an ant or a cockroach walks across it, the little diatoms, the crust, is so sharp, does this to snails and slugs too, it scratches their little exoskeletal surfaces and really scars the heck out of slugs. And for insects, it opens that up, and then they no longer have that protection to keep themselves from becoming dehydrated, and so the insects die as a result of dehydration because of they're scratching their little bodies up on this diatomaceous earth. So this is a food grade. So I'm going to be putting this in the bucket, setting it in the chicken run, and giving the chickens a treat. So let's get that done for them. Now this is only $14 for this bag, but there's a couple of doses in here. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of it, not all of it, and then we can use it on another dose. I try not to breathe that dust. So let's get this put in the chicken pen. That's as good a spot as any to put one. There you go. Well, that chore is done. I just got to introduce to them their new water jug I just bought for them. It's a bigger volume because I've added more chickens to my hen house. So if I've increased this population, I'm going to raise out some chickens. Hopefully I'll have some to give my daughter for her little homestead. And another thing I add to my poultry's diet is grit, chick grit. What this is it looks like it's ground up granite stones. They get that in their crop and it helps them grind up the solid foods to process it better. So I'm just going to go add this so they can freely take it as they need it. Okay, so what they're doing is I just added it to their a part of their food tray, and then they can take it. Well, anyway, that concludes this episode, cleaning the chicken coop and changing things out a little bit and adding a little bit of features to make the chickens a little bit more comfortable. Happy chickens. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a small homestead, frugal homestead, tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You can do that by subscribing and then clicking that bell icon that alerts you to new videos as I upload them. Also, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms really helps out the channel. Hey, we'll see you again in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.